Welcome back to Get Down to Business, the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. I've been really looking forward to this conversation for a while. My friend Dave Pearce joins me. Dave and I had a great conversation a couple of weeks ago talking about talent acquisition, recruitment, and a very innovative approach. So, Dave Pearce, welcome to the program. Please tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Shalom. Good morning. Yes, so Dave Pearce, born and raised in San Francisco, now live in Minneapolis with my wife and kids, an executive for about 30 years and have been in executive recruiting for the last 8.
That is fantastic. And I know that you and, again, your team at ZRG are really changing things up a little bit. And I could ask you so many questions. By the way, we could go into the whole location piece of starting out in California and now in Minneapolis, but we're having this conversation during the summer, not the winter. So we won't go there in this conversation. But tell us a little bit about ZRG Partners and what you guys do differently in terms of finding talent.
So ZRG was founded about 15 years ago by a non-search person. He was an executive who found himself frustrated with the big search firms operating in the sector. We've been growing rapidly, and we're just awarded the fastest growing search firm on the planet for a 3rd year in a row. It's largely based on our use of artificial intelligence, data analytics, data science, and that just allows us to find more executives quicker and therefore get them into the new job and being productive as soon as possible.
And what industries do you guys focus on?
We operate across basically all sectors. The majority of our business is in the U.S., but we are global all the way to China, throughout Europe, South America, et cetera. I focus mainly in digital marketing and consumer are my specialties.
One of the things that you and I discussed, which I found fascinating, is some of the proactive communication and tools that ZRG has that some of the other search firms are not utilizing on many levels. And I can tell you from the other side of the spectrum, from the company, from the hiring side, it's tough when you're looking for talent. Usually, you need the talent yesterday. And you understand that need because you and your colleagues at ZRG have been there and done that. So again, what are some of the unique tools that make you stand out? And what is the advice that you would have for a business owner that might be tuning in and is sort of nodding their head vigorously saying, yes, I needed 7 of those positions filled yesterday. What should they know? What's the advice that you would share?
Well, for your average listener, the best way to understand this is if you think about using a real estate agent to sell your house or a retirement planner to help you retire, in grace over the years, you really don't know what they're doing all the time. In fact, you're always curious, are they spending time on my needs? And it's really the same in the search business. So our founder created a fully transparent 24/7 platform where the head of HR, the CEO, the board member can go online from a mobile phone, tablet, laptop, et cetera, to see exactly what's going on. Here's all the candidates. Here's the pictures. Here's their resumes. Here's how we rated them. Here are our notes. And here are their qualifications for the job that you have open. So it really keeps us on our toes, but it also lets our clients know exactly what we're doing. And again, 24/7, they can see whether we are excelling, if we're at a stop, or if we're too slow, and we can work together on that.
And I would be remiss as we have this conversation in August of 2021 if I didn't ask a little bit of the perspective that you have as an expert for many, many years in the industry. What are you seeing in terms of the market? Are you seeing people looking in some of those areas that you mentioned? And I know across ZRG, your team really can help almost any business with talent acquisition. So is it a employer or an employee market at this point?
Definitely an employee market. The market is extremely hot, as hot as when we came out of the last Great Recession. So think about 2012. 13 when we really started to hire within the United States and globally. And so companies are really working hard to find new talent, to hire new people. They're investing. I'd say America, as it relates to business, is excited. And you don't see this, certainly every year. It comes in a cycle every 5 to 10 years or so. We are in that right now.
And I would imagine, just as we come to a conclusion over here, that if there was a magic bullet over here that was out there in terms of what employers can do, then probably everybody would know about it. But what is the one thing that people should implement in the week ahead, aside for, of course, getting in touch with you and your team, which please share that contact information.
I think flexible in terms of work, both remote or in person. There's obviously still concerns about COVID and the new Delta variant. So employees are a little reluctant to be in the office. So I think being flexible in the short term will provide a lot of benefits. In terms of contact, Dave Pearce, dpearce at ZRG Partners. And my cell phone is 612-747-1249.
Dave Pearce from ZRG Partners. I appreciate you jumping on, and I know that you're also all over on LinkedIn as well. And as your profile says, matching top talent to leading companies. And that's why we wanted to have you on today here and Get Down to Business. And I look forward to having a longer conversation with you as we dig deeper into that matchmaking game that takes place and matching that business strategy to talent. Dave Pearce, thanks so much for joining us on the air. I look forward to having you back on real soon. We're going to squeeze in a quick break. We'll be back. More small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship in just a moment.